Hey guys, today is July 7th, 2024, and I want to talk about the date July 11th as I see that Heliofant, the makers of iPetGoat, has given us 3 warnings for this date. 2 of them that I see in the video iPetGoat, but one of them in this short video that they made this year, about 38 seconds long. And it just shows this image of the cardboard cutout of the TV reality stars from Vanderpump Rules. But then, for some reason, they show the close-up of the man, Jax Taylor, his eyes. And I always thought about the part in iPetGoat where they show the close-up image of the eyes and the eyebrows of George Bush. And so I made a video about this, talking about June 12th, because when you reverse this image, you see the number 72. And Bush says, "Fool me once," when they show this close-up image. And so June 12th was 72 days after April Fool's. But that didn't really connect in any way to Jax Taylor, and June 12th did not happen. However, July 11th definitely does, because that is the birth date of Jax Taylor. But now, how does July 11th connect with the eyebrow scene? Right here, we see the 7101 in the eyebrows of George Bush. But why doesn't it say 711? Why is there a 0? Because it's a double meaning. As I said, Bush says, "Fool me once," as they show the scene. And so 7/11 this year is exactly 101 days after April Fool's Day. So there we have it. We have the double connection. We have the Jax Taylor connection, his birthday, 7/11. And we have the 7/11, 101, 101 days after April Fool's. So I see this as a huge connection. And I definitely believe that they're planning something on July 11th. Now, looking at his eyebrows, they resemble waves, so we may be looking at another water event, whether it's a hurricane, flood, dam breaking, or tsunami. However, we also see the resemblance of this pi symbol that I talked about before, a variant or a new virus that I still believe is coming. So, as I said before, they name all the COVID variants according to the Greek alphabet in order. However, they actually just skipped over these 2 for some reason and went straight to Omicron. But as you can see, the next one to be named is and will be called Pi. This other image from PetGoat shows the Pi symbols on the face of what looks like Baron Samedi. So this shows the similarity of the lowercase pi symbol and the uppercase hidden in his teeth. We can also see the similarity of the triangle, which is the Delta variant, and the circle, which represents Omicron. So the party favor is blown from his teeth, which shows the pi symbol. I always thought maybe it would emerge around New Year's Eve or some celebration. Although that actually did happen with the beginning of COVID, as it was made public on New Year's Eve in 2019. I was trying to figure out how there is a connection with July 11th. And I did see something here, because this could represent the moon phase. See, just like the moon phase of New Year's Eve in 2019, we have almost the same moon phase here on July 11th, 2024, which is very similar to his eye right here. And so PetGoat 2 is a reference to the next 9/11. So it's very interesting that the pi symbol does resemble the Twin Towers that were destroyed on the 11th. And so it would make sense for this virus or new variant to emerge on the 11th. So another slide that I mentioned before, we are in the year of the green wooden dragon. And what do we see from the image in PetGoat? we see the green dragon. Well, this only occurs every 60 years. And he's attacking the brain here. And in the movie Pi, we see the brain on the subway floor. And he pokes it with a pen 3 times. It's kind of pulsating, as it were hemorrhaging, right? And at the end of the movie, he actually drills a hole into his head. And I've been saying that I believe this image of the split brain represents the coming Pi variant that will affect the brain. And guess what? This also connects to July 11th. See, F is the 6th letter. Double F, right? 666. Green dragon. The Chinese zodiac. So why not this be a reference to the Chinese calendar, right? Well, what is 7-Eleven? This happens to be 6-6 on the Chinese calendar. So another huge connection to 7-Eleven. So back on June 26, 2023, Heliofant uploaded a video. It looked like a home video that they have since taken down. And at the end of the video, they focus on this building, this image for the longest part of the video. And I always thought this resembled the brain, right? The labyrinth, SOS, the number 16 on the building. Well, Pi is the 16th letter of the alphabet. And so because of this warning here, showing what looks like a brain, I'm taking precedence that 7-Eleven could be more likely the Pi variant rather than a wave. However, we will see actually what happens, but they're still warning us of 7-Eleven. So one thing that I do now is look up important people's birth dates, like presidents, President Carter, President Bush. The U.S. had its deadliest mass shootings on both of their birthdays. President Carter's birthday, October 1st, the deadliest mass shooting in Vegas in 2017 in the U.S. President Bush, his birthday is June 12th, President Bush Sr. I'm talking about. Well, in 2016, we had the second deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. in Florida. The Pope's birthday, the current Pope in 2007, well, his birthday was April 16th. We had the deadliest mass school shooting in the U.S., April 16th, 2007 at Virginia Tech, 33 killed. And so I found out that July 11th happens to be the birthday of our 6th president, John Quincy Adams, born July 11th, 1767. And so I'm talking about this variant or virus that could emerge on July 11th affecting the brain, right? And guess what? John Quincy Adams was born in the city of Braintree, and he died of a brain hemorrhage. So this may be just like a ritual with the Pi variant emerging, connecting to John Quincy Adams, born in Braintree, died of a brain hemorrhage. And he was the 6th president. It will be 6-6 on the Chinese calendar. The letter F next to the brain. Letter F is the 6th letter. So, like I said, part of a ritual connecting to another president's birthday. Now, the movie Pi premiered on January 19th, 1998 in the Sundance Film Festival. Well, from that date to July 11th is 314 months, 15 weeks, 9 days. So why am I looking at it like that? 314, 15, 9. Well, guess what? The number of Pi, the first 6 digits of Pi match up exactly with those numbers. 3.14159 matching up with 314 months, 15 weeks, 9 days. Matches up perfectly. The premiere of the movie Pi to July 11th. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in 2016 on April 18th, I think it was, Donald Trump mixes up 9/11 with 7/11. He said 7/11, when talking about the terror attacks of 9/11. And so I found it interesting that he was to be sentenced this year on July 11th, but it has since been moved to September 18th, I believe. But still, a connection with Trump and something that he said about 7/11. Now, something else that seems way too much to be a coincidence. Back on June 21st, 2022, Elon Musk made this tweet showing 7-Eleven gas prices of 7-Eleven. And at the end of the day, 4 hours later, Tesla's stock price ended exactly at 711.11. And if you take the date that Elon Musk said this and the date that Tesla stock closed at 7-Eleven, and you reverse it, a method that I talked about before, just reversing the dates as if you were to take the 7-Eleven, put it over here in the 621, over here, it equals exactly 711 days from this tweet. And I will point out that I didn't notice this. It was somebody from my last video. His name is Brother Dana, and I thank you for that. And he pointed that out, and even pointed out that the time difference is 711 days. So that is very interesting as well. So that's all I got for the pi variant possibility. And I want to talk about a possible water event. So something else that Brother Dana also pointed out was Genesis 7:11. All fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were open. So he's talking about, and if you look at the other part of Genesis, the beginning, he's talking about Noah and the great flood. And so, as we've seen on George Bush's eyebrows, a possible water event for 7/11. Now, the word mega tsunami and pi virus both equal 42. Just like the 9.2 earthquake tsunami that we had in 2004, it added to 42. And so 7/11 plus 24 does equal 42. And if you reverse the year 2004, it equals 42. Or the year 2024, the 24 reversed to 42. Washington is the 42nd state. I was looking at this year already from a long time ago, back in 2017, being somehow connected to the Washington Monument, because the Washington Monument is 555.5 feet high. If you take the year that Washington was born, you take the year that George Washington died, you add it up, 1732 plus 1799 plus this year, it equals 555, matching the height in feet of the Washington Monument. Now it gets even better, because if you take the date that the Washington Monument opened, October 9th, 1888 to 7/11, and reverse the dates, as shown here, if you don't understand what I mean by reversing, 7/11 to October 9th. It's reversed. 7,109 weeks. Well, guess what? That is the 911th prime. So I'm also looking at the anniversary this year, October 9th, with the Washington Monument open. But that will be another video. Now, something else that seems a little bit too much to be a coincidence, and I don't exactly know always what I'm looking at, what numbers mean, why they connect the way they do. But when I see a strange anomaly of a pattern, I need to take note in case it happens again. Or, for instance, right here, we have the date that the state of Washington was founded. And to 7/11, it's exactly 1,616 months. We have the date that Seattle was founded, to 7/11. 63,063 days. So we have repeating numbers. And the repeating numbers, the way they repeat and how large it is, it seems a little bit too much to be a coincidence here. And we do also have a 322 connection to the Seattle earthquake that happened in 2001, if you reverse the dates. Again, if you haven't seen my other videos, when I mentioned 322, I'm talking about 1 3 and multiple 2s in any order, as I've seen that connection repeat many times. So there you have it, guys. That's all the information that I have for this video. We will find out what happens and what they're planning on July 11th in a few days, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.